Yo, what is up guys? Rob here with another WoW video. Today's video is going to be a quick video explaining how to manage your cooldowns as a Ret Paladin. This video can work for other classes as well, but since I'm just a Ret Paladin, I'll be explaining my rotation and cooldown management as a Ret Paladin. So first off, the first thing you need to know is how to play your class, and the only way you'll understand how to play your class in spec is by doing a lot of arena matches. So for example, I've been doing arena quite a while, so I have an understanding of when to use my cooldowns and how to manage them effectively here. So first off, once you know how to play your class and everything, just take a moment to understand what your abilities do. So for example, I have Shield of Vengeance, Blessing of Protection, Divine Shield. I would count those as major defensive cooldowns. Same with Sinful Gladiator's Emblem. Same with Vial of Serenity. These are all major defensive cooldowns for me as a Ret Paladin, because if I'm ever in trouble, I can use these cooldowns and try to pick myself back up. So another one is the Medallion. That's an important one as well. Knowing when to use your trinket, not just using it as soon as it's up, because it might not be the best or most optimal way of using it. So just understand your cooldowns. So those are all my defensive cooldowns. I also have Eye for an Eye if I spec into that. So these would be my defensive cooldowns. Understand your utility cooldowns. So Blessing of Freedom, Blessing of Sanctuary, Blessing of Sacrifice, Blessing of Protection, etc., etc. These are all utility cooldowns, and you should understand when you should be using them during an arena match. Same thing with Hammer of Justice and Divine Steed. I would consider these all utility cooldowns, and knowing when to use them can save your life in arena. And then we also have our offensive cooldowns here. So Wings, Hammer of Justice can be used defensively, offensively, or as a utility. Seraphim, Divine Toll, Wake of Ashes, Templar's Verdict, Final Verdict, whatever. These are all offensive cooldowns that you need to use in the right way in order to kill your opponent. So once you have your defensive cooldowns, your utility cooldowns, and your offensive cooldowns in your mind, then you and understand how to use them, when to use them, it's time to just play some arena matches and see how you can survive against certain classes without using these cooldowns. So for example, when I'm fighting a mage, I know for a fact that I can survive a mage when they combust in an arena match, because all I have to use is Shield of Vengeance to protect myself and just line of sight the mage using a pillar. So I don't have to waste so many cooldowns there. I just know how to play properly. I might use Freedom if I'm frozen, Shield of Vengeance when he pops Combust, and then use Divine Steed if I'm in the middle to try to get to a pillar as fast as possible and line of sight the mage the entire time during his Combust. So I'm only really using one major cooldown there, which is Shield of Vengeance. Sometimes I see people like use all their cooldowns at once. They'll use Shield of Vengeance, Emblem, Vial of Serenity. Like, you don't have to do that much. The name of the game is to be as optimal as possible. So for me, when a mage uses Combust, I know that all I have to do is use Shield of Vengeance just in case to protect myself, line of sight by using Freedom to free myself, and use Divine Steed to try to get to a pillar if I need to, if I'm not next to a pillar. So that's just one scenario. Another scenario would be against a rogue. So rogues versus Ret Paladins in 1v1, like Ret Paladins always lose 100% to a good rogue. So when a rogue opens on me and they get rid of all my my health, they're trying to kill me, what I like to do is just bubble early. Once I see that they're using all their cooldowns, I'll use bubble instead of having to trinket kidney shot and then use my emblem, use my Vial of Serenity. Like, there's no point of wasting all these other cooldowns. Just bubble and save your trinket, save your vial, save your emblem for their next go if you survive. So just understand the trade-off between cooldowns. Don't use trinket right away when a rogue is kidneying you. He's gonna get you to 100 to 0 really quick, so just bubble instead and save your other cooldowns. And some other examples would be like against hunters, or mages. Another example with a mage is when a mage is trying to CC you, you can use Blessing of Sacrifice to break the polymorph. Same thing with Freezing Trap, same thing with Fear. If you time your Blessing of Sacrifice on your teammate effectively, you'll break all their CC chains for the amount of time your Blessing of Sacrifice is up. So that'll be 12 seconds. You can't be CC'd unless they get rid of Blessing of Sacrifice on you. And then offensively, you got to understand the same thing there. Like, you got to know how to set up your rotation effectively, when to use your cooldowns. You don't want to use your wings into a pain suppression. That's a waste. So you don't want to blow wings into pain suppression, because if you see the priest using pain suppression before you use your major offensive cooldowns like Avenging Wrath, Divine Toll, Wake of Ashes, you know that all that damage is going to be absorbed. So just wait for his pain suppression to go down and then use your rotation. Use Avenging Wrath, stun him, Divine Toll, Wake of Ashes, Final Verdict, etc., etc. Continue your burst rotation. And same thing for AMZ. Like, as soon as you see the Death Knight use AMZ or AMS, just wait it out. Wait for it to go away and then start your burst rotation. However, if you do pop your wings and the priest preemptively uses pain suppression, or the DK preemptively uses AMZ or AMS, just wait for it to go off. Your wings last a long time, 20 seconds, 25 seconds. If you spec into Sanctified Wrath, just wait for their defensive cooldowns to go away, and then use Divine Toll, Wake of Ashes, and you can probably force another one of their big defensive cooldowns, like Rapture for Disc Priest or AMS for a Death Knight. So yeah, it's important to know when to use your cooldowns. You don't want to waste your cooldowns into someone else's cooldowns. You don't want to put your offensive cooldowns into someone else's cooldowns, defensive cooldowns. It's just going to mitigate all your damage. Same thing with managing your cooldowns. You don't want to use Trinket, Shield of Vengeance, Emblem, File of Serenity, and then have to bubble. Instead, just bubble all the damage, save all your other cooldowns, and you'll be good to go. So if you find this video helpful, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitch. There's a link in the description below. I play games with my viewers and subscribers, so if you want to join in, you can. Like this video, share this video with someone you know, and if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Peace out.